Hi guys, VandyVape's back again for another review, and today we're looking at the Pulse 80W Squonk mod by Tony B and VandyVape. Yes, so guys, today we're looking at the Pulse 80W Squonk mod by Tony B and VandyVape. Now this is the regulated version of their very popular Pulse BF Squonk mod. Now this houses the new Vandy chip, which there was a lot of controversy about in the beginning, because supposedly it was supposed to have the Voopoo chip, the gene chip in, and there was a lot of bullshit going on with Voopoo and Tony B, and they ended up going with their own chip in the end, which ain't too bad really, so it might have been a good move on their part. Now I picked this up from Ecigone for $44.99, which I think is a decent price for a regulated squonk mod like this. Now some specs on this: it's a single battery regulated squonk mod. It does 5 to 80 watts. It has power mode, bypass mode, TC mode, including stainless steel, nickel and titanium. It also has a curve feature, which you can use in all modes. It uses a 2700 or an 18650 with the included adapter. It comes with an 8mm soft silicone squonk bottle, and it comes in various panel designs, including carbon fibre, which is the one I have, resin and more designs in the pipeline. So let's take this bad boy for a vape. I've got the Gaia RDTA sitting on top. I've got a 0.15 ohm dual fuse Clapton building it. I've got it set at power mode for 55 watts. Let's see how she vapes. So as you can see guys, great power delivery from this chip and this mod. So without further ado, we're going to dive down to the closer cam. I'm going to show you the packaging, what you get in the box, a rundown of the mod, and how it works and all that good shit. So let's go. So here we go with the packaging for the Pulse 80W. There's the front of the packaging. There's the side, VandyVape, full steam ahead. Pulse 80W BF box mod. Same on that side. On that side, you got the colour, carbon fibre, full black, batch number and stuff, and you got your scratch and sniff. And on the back, just a basic rundown of the mod and the QR code for the company. So let's open this up. Inside you get this little card, qualified certificate, user manual, pretty decent user manual, pretty thick, good rundown of the mod, and your warranty card. You also get a USB charging and firmware cable, and then you got the mod, and it's wrapped up in this plastic sleeve. That to the side a minute. Let's get rid of all this packaging. And here's the mod. Now if you're wondering why my doors are looking like this, it's because in the interest of science I butchered my panels to see if it was real carbon fibre or just a sticker, and I can confirm that it is actually real carbon fibre. As you can see, both sides, it's a woven carbon fibre panel and not just a sticker. It is stuck on by some adhesive, but it is actually a full carbon panel, very strong. So start with the top. You get a spring loaded 510, which I'm not sure if you can see, but it is slightly offset, which is a bit of a letdown in my opinion. Slightly more biased to this side than it is this side, and to the untrained eye you can't really tell, but I could. As soon as I put my atomizer on there, I could see instantly it was offset. You've got your panels, pretty decent panel, but also one of the reasons why I took the carbon fibre off is because they have this focus, you fuckhead. Yeah, with these carbon fibre panels, it's like a rubber coating on the outside, and it's just a grease, juice and fingerprint magnet, and it was demanding. So I wanted them off. So VandyVape, please hurry up and bring out some acrylic panels for this, so I can get these off. Inside you get this, which is the 18650 adapter, same as the original Pulse BF. There you go with the inside. It's got Pulse Vandy chip on the top, your Pulse logo, nice and clean, minimalistic, clearly marked plus and minus, gold plated, spring loaded contact on the top, gold plated contact on the bottom. You got your bottle when it decides to focus in. Today would be nice. There it is, branded VandyVape, 8 millilitres. It's a tinted black bottle, and it is better than the old version by far. Take this back panel off. As you can see through that plastic I've put on there now, this is where the magnets are housed. Beefy magnets than the older door's really tight. There is a slight bit of movement, but no rattling, and they don't come off. So very nice there. There's the inside of the back. Branded 80W project, manufactured by VandyVape. I don't know if you can tell, but my screws have been removed because I had to get inside for one reason, and that is the 510 on mine is leaking. Not bad, but it is enough to fill or allow juice residue to get inside. Every now and then I was taking this back panel off and I was finding juice build up along this bottom edge, and when I undone the screws, which are garbage by the way, took me near on 40 minutes just to get these screws out, which is a ball ache. This is what I found. I'll just pop up these pictures and you can see for yourself all the juice that was inside. So that is an issue on VandyVape's part, that there is some leaking 510s out there. I'm not sure whether it's just isolated to mine or whether other people are having some problems, but it'd be nice to know if you want to drop me a comment, just so I know that there is other people with these problems, and then I might be able to get onto VandyVape and do something about it, but it is what it is. So let's get the bottle back in. Let's get the battery put in. Get the panels back on, and I'll do some quick measurements. There she is. So, top to bottom, you're looking 82mm. Side to side, looking just over 25mm, and front to back, you're looking 54mm. Now bear in mind that this is just over 25 on the top, so 25mm atomizers are going to look good on here, only because the 510's offset, it's going to slightly be biased to one side, so just keep that in mind. There's the front of the mod. On the back you got VandyVape, same as before. There's a couple of scuffs here and there where I've dropped it. I dropped it the other day from waist height, and that's the only damage I got, was a little scuff there and a little scuff down the bottom. On the bottom you got CE mark and the don't vape in the bin, and some venting for your battery or your board. That is the board, yeah, that's the venting for the board. So there's your fire button, up and down, and your USB charging and firmware update port. So just to give you a quick rundown of the board. There's 5 to 80 watts. As you can see on the screen, you got 80 watts. You got your power mode, what mode you're in. You got the ohmage, which is at 9.99 at the minute because there's no atomizer attached, and you got your voltage applied as in vaping. You've also got your battery meter, which I'll get onto in a minute because there is some issues. So 3 clicks, change your mode. You got bypass, stainless steel, nickel, titanium, and back to power. You hold the up and the fire button, it locks the mod. You can't fire it, you can't up and down on the wattage, and it's up and fire button to unlock. Hold the down button and the fire button will flip the screen and flip it back. So hold the up and down button, put you into this other menu system, and you've got your DIY 1 to 5, which is your curve mode. So you put it into curve mode, press 3 times, and you can go through the menus within curve mode. Press 4 times and it gets you into the curve, and then you can adjust that as necessary. Click it up and down, change the wattage, move along, and so on and so forth. To lock it in, just hold the fire button, and there you go. Get back into there. Then you've got power and voltage mode. Click that, it turns it into voltage mode. And it does 0.5 volts all the way up to 8.5, which is pretty good output for a single battery mod. Put it back into power mode. And then the last part of that is your ID, serial number of the chip and your version number. Now I've got it in version 0.05. I did have it updated to 0.06, but because I'm having issues with battery management, I had to revert to 0.05 to see if it would help, but I can confirm it doesn't. There is issues with this mod, guys, with battery management, and it's really bad. I'm getting through a freshly charged 2700 battery in 2 to 3 hours, and it's the same with 18650s. It's just really poor. Now, as I said before, I'm not sure whether it's isolated to mine only or whether it's a widespread thing, so it would help if you drop me a comment to let me know if yours is playing up as well, and then we can maybe do something about it. But this is really bad. It's practically housebound because I can't take it out without having to take a rucksack full of batteries, and it's just not good. You can practically watch that battery meter drop as you vape. Every 5 to 10 minutes it just takes a chunk off the battery marker, and at first I thought it was like the Kanga drip box 2, where it was draining the battery on the actual screen but not in the mod. But having checked the battery with electrical tester, it did actually drop the battery to 3.19 volts, and that's when it cut off. It said check battery, so definitely an issue. So that's it for the mod. Let's get on and do a nickel test with the temp control. So I've got the Accu RDA with a single nickel coil in there. Up for new coil. It's reading 0.06. So put that into nickel mode. You can see as you're changing the modes, it does fire the mod, which is also a bit of an issue. So it's set to 30 watts, 420 Fahrenheit. And by the way, when you're in temperature control mode, if you want to change your wattage at the same time as having your temperature, just press it 4 times, the fire button, and then you can see your wattage flash. You can change it as necessary. So I'll keep it at 30 watts and 420 degrees. Pop that there. A fresh piece of cotton. Just pop that through. Like so. Snip that end off. Snip that end off. Set it 420 and 30 watts. For number 1. For number 2. For number 3. It does look like it's burning to me, guys. Yeah, definitely. As you can see, it's failed the cotton burn test, which is not good. So let's get back up top and let's talk more about it, and let's run through a vape through nickel test to see how that gets on. So let's go, guys. Yes, so guys, and we're back. So let's start with the vape through nickel test. I've got the Accu RDA sitting on top with a single nickel coil opening at 0.06. I've got it set for 420 degrees Fahrenheit and 30 watts. So let's vape on. So there we go guys, all dried out, vapor and flavour backed off. Just pull this cotton out, and yeah, we've got a slight bit of banding where the centre of the coil was, but that's to be expected. So it's definitely a pass. It definitely backs off when it gets to a dry cotton. So although it failed the dry cotton burn test, it does work in temp control and it's pretty solid. As I said in the up and close, some temp controls are not tuned to dry cotton, they're tuned to wet cotton, which this is. So it is what it is. So guys, let's do some pros and cons. Pro number one is the design and the fit and finish on this. It's just as good as the original Pulse BF, if not better. It's made with decent quality materials. It's well implemented, well designed, and a really good quality mod. Pro number two is that it takes a 2700 battery, which is great to see. It's a really big thumbs up from me. And in most cases, you get extra battery life because of the 2700, but because of the little flaw in this mod, which I'll get onto in the cons, you don't get any extra battery life, but it's still got to be marked as a pro. Pro number three is the squonk bottle in this. It's got a really good quality squonk bottle, well balanced, not too squishy, not too hard. You get just the right amount of squish to get the juice to your atomizer, and it just feels great. Pro number four is the board in this, the VandyChip. It's a good quality board, it's been well designed, and although it's got a few issues, it's still got a great power delivery and a really good menu system. And the last pro has got to be the price point. $44.99 here in the UK is a really good price for a regulated squonk mod of this quality, considering that the RSQ from Hot Sig was £70 when that first came out. Now some cons. The first major con on this is the battery management on the board. Now I'm not sure whether it's just localised to my mod or whether it's a widespread problem, but it's still a ball ache. I've been having really shit battery life on mine. 2 to 3 hours with a 2700, 1.5 to 2 hours with an 18650 is unacceptable. The whole point in having the squonk mod is the ease of use and the portability of it, and when you've got to carry 2, 3 or 4 batteries around with you on a day out, it's just not on. It just doesn't work, so it's got to be marked as a con. Now another con is the leaky 510. Now again, I'm not sure whether it's just my mod or whether other people have been experiencing it, but it's definitely an issue, especially when you've got a regulated squonk mod which is not user serviceable like this one. If you've got juice inside all over the board, it's going to have potential issues. So it's definitely a quality control issue from VandyVape, and it's got to be marked as a con as well. And another little subjective con is the offset 510. It's very marginal, but you can notice it. Now if you put an atomizer on here which is flush with the device, it's going to hang over slightly on the one side, which is a con. So the big question of the day is, can I recommend this device? Well, I can only go off the one I have, and based on the issues I've been having, I can't recommend it. Now VandyVape can potentially come out with a firmware update to solve the battery issues and maybe do a recall for the 510 issues, I'm not sure. But if they can sort out the problems, then by all means go for it, because it is a really good squonk mod. But as it stands, it's a non-recommendation. So that's it for this review guys. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one, and remember, smoking kills, choose life. See you guys.